It's P.NUT the General, too new of the podcast. You keep your body clean, nah? Yeah.
Are you really comfortable with all of that thing? You know what you're trying to say? Do what you do, baby. Yeah, I want congrats. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real
Yeah. I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole juice, man, I'm looking at the screen like preach. Cause I was on the phone with him. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that he getting up there and he keeping it all the way phone. What them little niggas be saying? He ain't cloud chase, he ain't capping, he ain't doing none of that. Like, he ain't trying to make himself look, you know, he letting his legacy speak. I like that shit. Like, let your legacy.
It's P.NUT the General, too new of the podcast. You keep your body clean, huh? Yeah. You heard me? So I know this is a late night episode, you heard me? And I know we usually have the music review show on Tuesdays earlier, but unfortunately the host grandmother passed, you heard me? Snake the Roach, you heard me? So before we get into this interview, you heard me? We're gonna hold a moment of silence for Snake the Roach, grandma, you heard me? But without no further ado, you heard me? This is my guest. This is his story, so I'm gonna let him tell it. Yo, what's down, what's down, what's down?
What's the word, man?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. You want do your shout outs, you heard me, or you want to get straight into the interview?
Man, we get straight into it though. Mr. Low Key STL in the building, man. St. Louis finest, man. Mr. Can't spell hustle without STL. I'm him.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. So
Yeah.
the name, you heard me, low key STL, you heard me. Uh you could tell STL by the name, but the low key, you heard me, is that like does that name mean something? Is it just a clever, play of words, you heard me? What does that name mean if it does have a meaning?
Okay, man. So basically, man, moving around out here in these streets, man, got to keep it low key.
That's
Ain't
a
no
fact.
high capping. Ain't no really trying to really make a motherfucker know what you be on for real.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a
Yeah.
fact. So you
Yeah,
say moving
everybody else,
around.
everybody else trying to be seen. Like shit, I moved under the radar. I ain't want
Yes.
nobody to know what I was doing out here in the street. I can talk about it now, cause shit ain't. Yeah, life is
That's
well past that right now.
That's a fact. You heard me? So, speaking of moving around in them streets, you heard me? STL, you know what I'm saying? How was your upbringing? You heard me? How was your childhood? You know what I'm saying? Give us from your accounts, you heard me? In New Orleans, in the surrounding areas, you heard me? How is it growing up in St. Louis? You heard me? Is it violent? Is it
Man,
quiet? Is it country? Niggas tripping? They living like that? From your accounts, you heard me? Let us know how it is growing up in the STL. You heard me?
man, kid though, bro, we came up, man, in a time where we was able to be kids, bro. We didn't come up really even the hood that we know now. Man, we had my block. We just gonna say my block in our neighborhood, West Side St. Louis. Man, we came up, bro. We had probably the best block in the hood. We did. Most of my crew, I say half of us came up. We had both our parents in the house, man. Stuff ain't really started getting wild, man. You know, to the crack era type stuff that came in, rocked the hood. Same story, different city, bro.
I
Same
I
story,
call
different
it
city.
I call it different thugging. You heard me? But it's the same story, different cities. You heard me? So
Yeah.
At what point of this journey, you heard me, did the music come into play? You heard me?
The moment I was able to hear a radio, shit. I could, man, look at her. I can recall playing ball in the backyard, man, when the first rap song was ever played on the radio. Was it a hip hop, a hip, all that? First time they played it on the radio, I got up, let her in, hit her in the head with a bowling pin, all that.
That's a
When
fact,
I
you heard me?
heard
So
that, bro, I'm talking about that '79, bro. I had to been 5 years old, bro. Heard that, man. I was hooked. I was already, on some heat wave type stuff. Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass, all that type stuff. Music, period, bro. So
yeah,
when the hip hop came into play, shit, it was a rap, man. Then Run DMC came behind that. LL Cool J, all that came behind that, man. Yeah, it was a rap. I was locked in. So
I actually interviewed the guy who named hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So from you
okay, that's
being
dope.
around, yeah, from you being around from the start to recent, you heard me. In your opinion, you dig? What's some of the differences you heard me in the music that's being put out now and the music of yesterday? You heard me. In your opinion, you heard me.
It was more fun back in the day, man. You ain't really have to. Right now, everybody competing to catch a body, man. Everybody want to be super tough, and they took the fun out of it, man. And but at the same time, man, I indulge. I like the new stuff, but it's like it's overly kill right now, and folks scared to have fun with it.
Right.
Folks
So
scared to have fun with it.
from you saying, you know what I'm saying, the fun, they took the fun out of it, you know what I'm saying? It's all murder, murder, kill, kill, you heard me? Speak on your love for the music, you heard me? From you being, from when it first started to now, you see what I'm saying? Do you still have the same love for the music that you had when you first started, you heard me? Has it grown? Has it diminished? It's still the same? Speak on your
Hey,
love for the
man,
music, you heard me?
it'll never die, bro. It'll never die because you can always go back to the old. You can pick what you want to listen to now. You don't have to feed yourself with the murder, murder, kill, kill. There's
Yes,
options
sir.
out here. It just ain't mainstream. So,
That's a
I
fact.
mean, I might indulge in a little bit of all of it in my music. I can talk about it because I've seen it. I done been through it. I done been there. So I get it.
That's
But
a fact, you heard me?
to, to,
So
but
other
for
other than
somebody that ain't never really been through it, though, it's like a lot of people talk about it and really ain't. You kind of talk yourself into it because
that's a
everybody
fact.
think that that's what they got to do to be known.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So let me ask you something, OG. You heard me? Do you think the music influences the hood, or you think the hood influenced the music? You heard me?
Okay, I say it started out the hood influenced the music. Now the music influenced the hood because
Damn.
like before, like everybody emulated the dope dealer. Everybody emulated the street cat. That's what that's what hip hop was. The fashion, the everything, all the elements of hip hop, the everything. So it definitely influenced the music first. Now these kids growing up on it. See, we didn't really grow up on the music. The kids is growing up on the music now. We grew up in it. Now the kids they heard at 2 years old, 3 years old, they heard their parents listened to the music. When I was coming up, my parents listened to that. They wasn't playing murder, murder, kill, kill while we sitting in the back seat, growing
That's a
up to it.
fact.
We didn't grow up to that. They growing up to that now. They getting fed it. So they said they before they can even crawl, walk, talk, hold a pistol, know what a fact is, They talking about it. They rapping about it. So when they see it, it's like, okay,
Yeah,
now they locked
yeah,
in.
that's a fact. That's a fact. They introduced to before they actually go through it.
Yeah, man. My parents ain't introduced me to that. The just being out in it introduced me to
That's a fact. You heard me. So,
it.
other than the Sugar Hill Gang, that you mentioned the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? What other artists influenced you? You heard me. Before you actually put the pen to the paper yourself, you heard me.
Man, look at her. Run DMC, LL Cool J, Just Ice. Um, man, KRS-One. Hell, MC Shan, Biz Marquee, Rakim, Eric B. Rakim. Um, can't leave out the West Coast with the NWAs, Ice Cubes, Easy E,
That's
all
a
that,
fact.
man. I ain't really hell. Even why I can't get these guys, man, like a special ed, man, the tribe called Quest,
Yeah,
everything
fact.
across the board, bro. I ain't really locked into no one genre. Like I love the music.
That's a fact. You heard me. That's a fact. So, speaking of locked
Like some people
in
don't want
one
to hear.
genre, go ahead, OG. My bad. What you were saying?
No, go ahead.
Speaking of locked in with one genre, you heard me. Could you put a definition on your particular genre of music? You heard me. Or you a hip hop artist, or you a gangster rap, or you a conscious artist? You heard me. You just be spitting the spit. If you had a definition to put on your style, how you do it, you heard me. What would that be? You heard me.
One word, lyrical, lyrical. I got
That's
gangster shit. I got some conscious shit. Cause right now I gotta speak from a conscious mind. I can't be where I'm at right now in life still talking about the shit I did as a kid. Like it's cool. So when I do speak about it, there's a message behind it.
a fact.
It's like
That's a
don't
fact.
don't jump out there in the field if you ain't ready to deal. It's a lot that come with it. It's
It's
a
a
lot that
lot.
come with it. And I
It's a
just
lot.
I just happen to be one of the blessed ones to be on the other end of it, bro. And I ain't looking back.
That's a fact. You hear me? And I respect that. I respect what you stand for. You hear me? I respect what you've been through. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
salute that. You hear me? So when you first jumped in the game, though, you heard me. Was it a hobby? Did you jump in the game like with aspirations to be an artist? Was you just influenced by the music, so you started doing it? You heard me. When you first jumped in the game, you heard me. Was you serious or was it a hobby? You heard me.
When I so look, I recorded my first song when I was 11 years old.
Mm,
So it's always been a love. It's a passion, man. Before anything, bro. Like even now, man, I do it. I done made a little bread off of it, man, but I don't do it for that. I do it because I love doing it. If I ain't never seen a
so let
dollar
me
off of it, I'm still good out here.
That's a fact. So let me ask you something. You heard me? You say you do it for the love. You do it because you feel good. What exactly does doing music do for you? You know what I'm saying? I ask a lot of artists the same question. You heard me? They say it's a type of therapy. You see what I'm saying? They say it's a voice. You heard me? Or would it be heard? You know what I'm saying? They just love it. What does the music do for you personally? You heard me?
Everything you just said and then some. So for me, it's therapeutic. I'm in my lab right now. You know how some people will lock in on that PlayStation, right?
Yeah,
This is my PlayStation.
that's a fact.
I
That's a
I
fact.
love music. I love beats. I love the story that I have to tell and able to tell it. I want to be the option to for people to listen to that don't want to hear what everybody else talking about. I don't mind speaking on stuff that everybody ain't really out here rapping about.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So
So for
let me
me,
ask you this.
it's
Let-
it's therapeutic. I wanna leave some jewels behind for some kids to come up to, man, and really have something positive to look at amongst the
And,
negativity. Because that negative situation don't always have to stay that negative situation.
and that's what brings us to the next question. You know what I'm saying? I just asked you what the music do for you. You heard me. What picture are you trying to paint through your music for your listeners, if any? You heard me. What message are you trying to get across to your listeners through your music, if any? You heard me.
Ultimately, stick to the grind, man, and have an out. I never tell nobody don't jump out there in the streets because I mean we dealt a bad hand from the jump. We come up in poverty. We dealt a bad hand from the jump. So I never tell nobody don't step out there. My main thing is if you step out there, stand 10 toes, take what come with it. Don't fold. If you jump out there, take what come with it. You get
Take
jammed
your
up,
charge.
take what come with it. Take what come with it. Have an out though. Have an out. If you 20 years in hustling and you ain't got nothing to show for it, the streets ain't for you. If you ain't made something out of it by then, man, why you still in it? Unless you, but they say you just as addicted as the dope fiend. The hustler just as addicted as the dope fiend. Have an out though. When I jumped in, I always had an out, bro. Like that wasn't. I didn't want to do it because it was cool. That was just a stepping stone to get me to the next level.
That's a fact. That's a
Some
fact.
people
That's a
jump in
fact.
just to be cool.
Yeah, especially these days. Especially these
Yeah,
days. You know what I'm saying?
it ain't
And
really
then
nothing cool about it. Ain't nothing
that's a
cool
fact.
about watching your homies get shot up. Ain't nothing cool about getting backdoored, robbed because a motherfucker want what you got. Ain't
And
shit
think
cool
about
about.
it.
Ain't nothing cool about the game, bro, but the bread.
And
but a
sometimes
lot come with it.
but at the same time, what come with the bread ain't cool.
It
The
ain't
hate,
worth
the
it.
even the love, the fake love, you know what I'm
The
saying? The
fake
attention
love.
it bring, the heat it
They
bring,
only
you know what I'm saying? So
they
now
only
here
love
you
you when
go.
you up.
It's a fact.
Fall
It's
off,
a fact.
fall off, and you'll see how quick you ain't the man no more. You wasn't the man because you the man. You the man because you was up. You was looking
Yeah,
good. You was shining.
it's a fact.
Who are you
It's a
without
fact.
that though? Who are
It's a
you
fact.
without that? Without the bread, I'm gonna be the same dude, bro. And anybody know me know that. Bread don't make me move around and shit on people. The bread don't make me have no type of attitude towards nobody that ain't got what I got. I'm be the same person if I had $1 to my name, bro.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You heard me? So being around in the game for so long, you heard me, OG, how have you managed to stay original? You know what I'm saying? How have you lasted the test of time? You know what I'm saying? Went through all the trends, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop has evolved and changed and flipped around about 30 times since you've been in it, right? How have you been able to maintain at the level you on? You see what I'm saying? And kind of adapt with hip hop as it changed through the years. You hear me?
Real simple with that. I ain't got no image to uphold, bro. I'm who I am. I, I don't. I learned at a young age, bro. I ain't got to impress. I ain't out here moving trying to impress nobody. I don't care what a nigga think about me, bro. Like you gonna have your opinion of me. It might be good one day. It might be something different the next day. I gotta look in the mirror every day. So I'm gonna be who it is in that mirror every day, regardless
That's a
of what
fact.
you think about me.
That's a fact. That's a
That's
fact.
it's so easy to live like that, bro. It's
Yeah.
so easy to live like that when you ain't trying to impress nobody. You ain't got no image to uphold. I don't care about what you think. I don't care about what you think. I ain't trying to impress you. Man, look at here. I like impressing my folk, my family, my people around me. I like impressing my kids, bro.
Who
I
who can
like
who
I
else?
like coming home. Go ahead.
Go ahead, OG, my bad.
No, I was just saying I like coming home and seeing a smile on my people's face that really that I know love me.
That's what I'm saying.
Them the
That's a
people who
fact,
I
you
move
heard me?
around to impress. Anything
Yep,
outside of that, nah, nigga ain't done nothing for me.
that's a fact, you heard me? What I was about to say was, who can you beat better than you? You know what I'm saying? Who knows you better than you? You know what I'm saying? Who, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you too busy, if when you look in the mirror, you're supposed to see your reflection. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to see you looking back at you. A lot of people, you heard me, especially these days, they can't say the same. You heard me? They can't say the same. But let me ask you
Cause
this, OG, you heard me?
yeah,
um from from the ruler to the tutor, right? From when it first started to when now, right? And you've been in it and you've been active, right? It takes focus, take concentration, it takes some time, right? Take your time away from everything else, you heard me? Have it ever got too much for you, you heard me? Have you ever had to put the pen down or step back from the pen and do other things, you heard me? And if so, what brought you back to the music? You heard me?
okay, so yeah, man, real life out here. When the music wasn't making no bread, it got to fall back. Got to fall back, man. Really, what took me away from, because I had a nice little buzz. Like when the city started popping, had a nice little buzz. But I was fresh out off a charge and fresh with a kid. Shorty got
Yeah,
so at the time, it's like I don't want to be rapping and talking about what I'm doing and telling on myself. So I got to hit the back burner. I got to
that's a
hit the
fact.
back burner. Like right now, man, my shorty's grown, man. I got a baby finna graduate college. She finna get her BS in. She nurse, son
Congratulations,
driving
King.
trucks. Yeah.
Congratulations, King. You see what I'm
So
saying?
yeah,
Congrats.
it's back to the music right now.
That's a
So
fact.
yeah,
You heard me? That's a
I had to fall back, man, and do some real life stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let me ask you this. You know what I'm saying? From is that hard to deal with? Is that hard to does entertainment get in the way of real life? You hear me? Does the real life get in the way of entertainment? You hear me? I know it's time consuming with the studio and the performances. You gotta be here, you gotta be there, you gotta be a daddy. You probably got a 9 to 5, you hear me? Regular life be life, and you hear me? Is that hard to maintain everything, you hear me, or does everything fall into place like it's supposed
Man, it for the most part it fall into place. For the most part, it fall into place. I ain't worked a 9 to 5 since I ain't worked a 9 to 5 in 30 years, man.
to? Yeah, yeah,
Over
yeah.
30 years, bro.
Talk
I'm
that
saying.
I ain't working 9 to 5 in
So,
30 years. Shit, you hear me? Yeah.
yeah, bro. Like, yeah, I got a couple barbershops, man. So, yeah, between that and move
I
around
hit
out
you up
here,
earlier, you was cutting hair, you heard me?
yeah, yeah, stick, man. Real life. Like I said, I ain't no image to uphold, man. I work. I work. I
That's a
work.
fact, you heard me? That's a fact.
That
So
was my out though.
yeah. Yeah, you were saying that, you heard me? You got to
Yeah,
have an out.
that
Yeah.
that was my
Hell
out.
yeah.
Like my cats. I still got cats that's in and out the pen, bro. Like why we still doing that? Why we still going through that, bro? Like, and I'm talking about cats that was up, cats that was up. Like I'm the little guy. Like how I pace myself though, bro. We everybody else is trying to do that fast stuff, and man, didn't have no out. Didn't have no
My
out.
my mom used to ask me, you heard me? Why you still hang around them? And why you still, you know what I'm saying, with the group? And I was like, everybody not gonna feel the same way as me, and everybody not on the same path as me, but we still got on the same shoes. You see what I'm saying? Since I didn't like matured and change my
Yeah,
life, you see what I'm saying? And but they didn't. I'm not gonna act or feel a certain way about them because of that, because I was right there with them. So I can't, you see what I'm saying? Like they gonna come around, and if
yeah,
they gonna never come around, I'm gonna still be the same nigga to them. You heard me that I was when I was doing it. When I'm not, you see what I'm saying? I'm my
yeah.
own
My
man.
guys are still my guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
my
a
guys are
lot of
still my
people,
guys.
a lot of people say that you could tell a person by the people he hang around, but I'm living proof that you can't. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll see some of the people I be around and politic with, you'll be like, oh, all right, woo woo woo. But nah, that ain't the case. You heard me? I ain't changed. You heard me? I changed my way of
Yeah,
thinking, but I ain't, yeah. So, I really don't believe in that. But let me ask you this. You heard me, OG? You started off when hip hop started off. You've been here from the evolve, when it evolved and it is to what it is now. But speak on the differences in your style, you know what I'm saying? From when you first started this shit, you heard me, till the most previous song that you wrote, you heard me? Speak on the
God.
differences in your style.
The difference is when I first started, like I said, hip hop was fun. We was on that. We was on that fun stuff. We was dancing, parts in the head, parts in the eyebrow, all that, man. It was polka dots, all that. We was dancing, we was kicking it. Hey, man, look at here. When it switched up, when it switched up, it switched up. Like, man, ain't no more breaking on the cardboard boxes in the middle of the street. Ain't no more of that. We get a little bit older now. Cats is riding bikes. We able to stretch out a little bit. Now it's picking up game from other areas. So yeah, that it just comes. That'll change you. You seeing different stuff now. Now you getting into this click, that click, fighting before the gangs even came in, type stuff. So when the drugs and the gangs came in, man, hey, there it is. There it is.
Let me ask you,
That'll change up everything you're talking about.
that's a fact, you heard me? Let me ask you this, OG. From you being here from beginning to previous, you see what I'm saying? A lot of people feel like hip hop is dead. A lot of people feel like the music has lost the substance. Niggas just rapping, they just talking, but they ain't really saying nothing. You heard me? From you being from the start to the finish, and an active artist in today's music world, you heard me? How do you feel about them settlements? You heard me?
How do I feel about what?
A lot of people say that hip hop is dead. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop, the music don't have no substance in it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just rapping the rap, but they're not really saying nothing. You heard me? From you being here from beginning to now and being an active artist, you heard me? How do you feel about that? Do you feel as though hip hop is dead? Do you feel as though niggas just rap it, they rap, and ain't really saying nothing? How do you feel about
Man, look at her. Hip
that?
hop run the world. Hip hop run the world. You can't turn on the radio. You can't turn on the TV. You can't step outside and not hear hip hop.
That's a
I
fact.
love every bit of it, man. I love every bit of it. I don't particularly like the overkill, but I mean it is what it is, bro. When they coming up, that's all they know. That's
Fact, you
all they
gotta
know.
go with what you know. Facts, you heard me? So
So I
have
mean,
have you
I listen to everything. No, dog. I'm gonna listen to some trap music. I'm gonna listen to some drill music. I'm gonna listen to some 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 I love you, baby. I'm gonna listen to all that. I'm gonna listen to some parties. Hey, back your ass up. All that.
That's a fact. That's a fact, you hear me? So let
I
me
just
ask
like
you
having
this.
a
You
good
said
time at this point, bro.
Yeah,
I
that's a
just like
fact.
having a good time, man. That's it. Like keep the bullshit far away from me. Give me a good time.
That's a fact. You hear me? You mentioned the artists of yesterday, and you talked about the artists of today, right? What did you bring it to
Yeah,
the table? You heard me, OG. That's different than we previously being served on our plate. You heard me? What makes you different from all the other artists that's out here right now?
different lens. Just from I'm speaking from a different lens. We seeing the same stuff. I just speak it a little different. My lingo different. My lingo different. My accent different.
That's a
My
fact.
mind
That's a
different.
fact.
The way I process it is different. Like I might say something, I might say the same thing somebody else said, but they probably said it like it was cool. I'm like, man, that ain't cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's a
just
fact.
me being my own man, bro. Like what everybody else think cool, I might not think cool. Some I might think cool, somebody else gonna be, oh, that's lame. All right, cool. I'm in my lane though.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Are there any other areas of entertainment that you interested in or have your hands in, such as fashion or modeling, acting? You heard me. Is it any other areas of entertainment that you interested in, or you just fuck with the music?
Man, look at her. I stay rocking my own.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. You
worldwide
already know.
worldwide winner
Yes, sir.
circle. Worldwide winner circle. This me here. Can't spell hustle without STL, man. That's the girl. 2020visuals1.com if you don't mind the shameless plug.
Where can we find the merch at? You know what I'm saying? And when we get off of here, you heard me. Make sure you drop the link. Make sure you drop the link in the comments and shit. You heard me when we get off of here. You heard me.
Okay, yeah, no doubt. It's 2020visuals1.com. 2020visuals1.com. So it's 2020 visuals with an S on it and the number one.com.
What made you
Mr.
go
Low
from
Key STL across
artist
the board on
to
everything.
that's a fact. What made you want to step into the fashion thing of it? You know what I'm saying? Went from artist to selling fashion, you heard me? And was that a hard transition for you transferring to an artist to a fashion person?
Bro, I'm a hustler, man. I'm a hustler, man. Anything that's making some bread, bro, and I can do that stuff legally at this point, man, I'm on it. And then I like fashion, bro. I like wearing my own stuff. I go spend $100, $200 on a shirt from somebody else that somebody else made. Let me get some of that.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Let me
That's a
get some
fact.
of that. And
What
man, this ain't no different than the dope game, bro. And that's why I say have an out, man. If you're in the game, have an out. Same way, if somebody can build up a cartel selling dope, man, you can build up a multi-million-dollar Fortune 500 company.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. What all do you offer on the fashion side? I see you got the hats, you heard me. I see you got the hoodies. What else you got, you heard me?
Hats, hoodies, t-shirts, mugs. Um, we ain't jumped off into the shoes yet, man. Just trying to get this off the ground with the clothes, with the hoodies, t-shirts, hats. That's the main thing right now. I got some
That's
sweatsuits that's about to drop, some hoes,
that's
some full
a
suits.
that's a fact. That's a
So
fact, you
yeah,
heard me?
just trying to stay away from that 9 to 5, man.
And them streets,
Not
you heard me?
man, I'm
Yeah,
street. Not that there's something
them
wrong with a
streets, you heard
nine
me?
to five. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. It's just not for me. So don't get it twisted. I ain't never gonna
Yeah,
be the person to come on here and downplay somebody working a 9 to 5. This cats out here making a
yeah.
9 to 5, living, working a 9 to 5, making a better living than cats out here in these streets.
OG,
And I ain't
they
gotta
asking
worry
for the
too much
link.
about nobody.
They asking for the link in the comments, you heard me? he gonna drop the link when we get off of here. You heard me? It was
Can I
what's it
do the
called?
chat while I'm on here?
Oh yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
push nothing wrong. Can I do the chat?
Yeah, just go on your page, you heard me? On another phone, you heard me? And just hit the comments, you heard me? He about to yeah, they saying put the link in the comments, you heard me? He about to put them in the comments, you heard me? What's wrong with y'all, man? Oh no, that's the private chat, you heard me? You gotta
Okay.
you gotta let me see. Let me see if I can walk through. You gotta press the first chat, not the private chat, you heard me? Oh, uh, but what's down with y'all? You heard me? We on a late one. You heard me? Like I said, I know the music review usually out on Tuesdays. You heard me? But Roger had a loss of a family member. You heard me? So you know what I'm saying? In respect to that, you heard me? I didn't we didn't do the music review show. You heard me?
Yeah,
But
I
yo,
ain't. That's why I ain't
yo,
want to touch nothing. Let me see if I
I
can get it
already
on this
know
other
you heard
phone.
me. It's all good. You heard me. So, why you putting that in the comments? You see what I'm saying? What's next for you? You heard me. What can we be expecting from you in the near future? You heard me.
Hey man, I'm just in drop mode right now, man. I'm dropping shit like a pigeon right now. That's all. I'm,
That's a
I'm.
fact.
You know they say all you need is that one. All you need is that one to make you go.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's a
dropping
fact.
single after single right now, man. I got something for the ladies. I'm gonna do a whole project for the ladies, man. And I'm gonna do a whole project for the conscious mind, and then I'm gonna have something for the street. So I got like 3 projects I'm working on right now.
That's a
But I
fact.
want
You
to
heard me.
break them up. I want to separate them so it'll be all cohesive. So I do a whole probably a EP like 5, 6, 7 songs for the ladies, 5, 6, 7 songs for the streets, 5, 6, 7 songs for the conscious mind.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You heard me. And where can we find your music that you previously put out? You heard me. Where we could find you
Man,
at? You know what I'm saying?
so look, go to my YouTube got all my videos on there, man. And just to show how different I am, bro, I got 4 videos I shot in Africa. Ain't too many artists really on no movement like that. Them joints hot. Mr. Low Key STL on YouTube, man.
That's a
So I
fact.
got probably got about 13, 14 videos, man, and you ain't gonna see no guns and none of them. Except for one, maybe. My first video I ever shot, man, I was on that rah rah. From that point, man, even if I'm talking about it, I ain't even gonna put that visual in the video.
That's a fact. You heard me. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So, what you've been doing this for so long, you heard me? What kept you motivated to keep doing it? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do it for the clout, a lot of people do it for the money, you heard me? A lot of people do it for the love, you know what I'm saying? From you doing this so long, what keep you motivated to do this music shit, you heard me?
So that go back to you asking about what my name means. Low key, I ain't never really done it for the clout. I don't like attention like that, bro. So it's kind of but it come with it. I know it come with it.
Yeah. You gotta
So
take the good with
for
the
me,
bad, you heard me?
for me, it's the passion, bro. It's the passion. When I say I'm so locked in with music, man, I love it. It's embedded in every fiber in me. I grew up in the basement listening to music with the lights off. Me and my brother just listening to music, playing pool. Just everything I do got music in the background.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact, you
So
heard me? So
man,
for the
it ain't no age limit on it. Hip hop the only genre people try to put an age on. I'm not
that's a
out here.
fact.
I'm not chasing a dream right now, though. It ain't. I ain't chasing no dream. I do it purely because it's passion.
Yeah.
And if something pop off from it, why not? I'll take it.
From
I'll
from
take
from
it.
you from you doing this so long, you heard me, and outstanding the test of time, you heard me. what's some of the lessons that you learned along the way, you heard me, from watching hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Change, evolve, twist around, turn. What's some of the lessons that you learned from this music shit, you heard me?
Man, be yourself. Be yourself and you'll stand the test of time, bro. Can't nobody do you better than you. And it's a
That's it.
million people who will like you for who you are without you trying to be something else. Because it's a million other people think just like you. You just got to find them people.
It's a
Some
fact.
people try to mold themselves to be what they think everybody like. I'ma do me, and whoever latch on, man.
That's a fact,
It
you heard
it
me?
it'll never you'll never see me out here trying to keep up with nobody, trying to this the new move. If I like it, I'ma do it.
That's a
Just cause
fact.
I like it though. Just cause I like it. Not trying to do something. If it ain't me, it ain't me. If it don't feel
That's a
good
fact.
to me, I'm not doing it.
That's
I
a
don't care
fact,
how
you heard
hot
me?
it is. I ain't doing it. Like there's enough people doing that. I'm gonna do this over here.
That's a fact,
And
you heard me?
I can still rock with man. I'm good at any field, bro.
A real hustle.
I'm good
Real
at any
hustle.
field. Put me what Jay
Real
say.
hustle.
Put me anywhere on God's green earth, man. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna come out shining,
That's
wiping
a
mud
fact,
off.
you heard me? It's a fact. So before we get up out of here, OG, you heard me? You spoke on going through a lot, you heard me? That means you overcame a lot, you heard me? You spoke on having the 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you heard me? Before we get up out of here, won't you spread some of that game and some of that knowledge to some of the younger artists, you heard me, who might be thinking about jumping in the game, you heard me? Or might have just jumped in the game, you heard me? And one more time, you heard me, promote yourself. You heard me what you got coming out. There's a lot of ladies in the comments. You heard me, so you say you got something coming out for the ladies. You heard me. You might want to promote that. You know what I'm saying? Let them know where you get the clothes at. And look, don't forget when we get up off here. You heard me. Put the
I'm
links
gonna
in the
definitely drop
comments.
the links in there. I was trying
Yeah,
to do it
they
now, but I'll do it when we get off. Y'all just tap back in, and check the link out. But it's 2020visuals1.com. 2020visuals1.com. Mr. Low Key STL on everything. Success, the album dropping soon. When I stop dropping these singles, I done dropped enough singles for it to be an album. I just went drop crazy though. But Success, the album coming. For the ladies, I got the Pillow Talk album coming. So we're gonna be doing a lot of whispering in your ear, talking some G shit to you. Um, got something for the conscious mind too. That's the success though. The streets is can't spell hustle without STL all day. So for the young people, man, that's coming in, man, the best thing I can tell y'all though, man, be yourself. Don't get caught up trying to do. Don't get caught up trying to do what everybody else is doing, especially if it ain't you. It's cool to step away from the crowd, man. It ain't. You ain't gotta always follow your homie if your homie ain't. If you ain't on what your homie on, don't do it. If you ain't on what your homie on, don't do it. That's where you get snitching from. That's where the snitching come from. If you ain't on what your homie on, don't jump out there in the field, man. Let your homie go do him, and y'all link up and do what y'all do together. But if you ain't about that, man, don't hop in that. That's the best thing I can tell these young artists coming in, man. And if you really have something to fall back on too, have something to fall back on, man. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket, man. Master one thing, be a jack of everything else. I mastered a couple trades though. I mastered a couple, and a jack of I can, like I said, I can move around any field, man. But you gotta master one, and it's probably best to master the one that's bringing something, putting something on the table. Don't run from that 9 to 5. If you got to work, man, go work. Don't let nobody tell you working a 9 to 5 ain't cool, man. Selling dope ain't cool if that ain't you. If you're gonna jump in the game, jump in there and be yourself. at all times, man. Don't try to follow the crowd all the time. That's another place the name came from, man. Low key, man. I fade away from. If I ain't on it, I ain't on it. That's it though. Mr. Low Key STL across the board on all streaming platforms. Go check the videos out, man. Go check out Stronger Now on YouTube. Shot that in Ghana. Shot that in the dungeon where the first slave ship sailed out of in Africa, man, on the West Coast. Stars Align, shot that in Africa. Something for the ladies, shot that in Africa too. Go check out that Queen. Also shot in Africa. And then for the party, No Cap, shot that in Africa. Go check out all the videos, Mr. Low Key STL on YouTube, man. Tap in. I'm going to leave that link for the close, 2020visuals1.com.
It's P.NUT the General. Too new of the podcast. You keep your body clean, nah? Yeah.
Really comfortable with all of that thing. What you trying to say?
Do what you do, baby.
Yeah, I want to graduate. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real
I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole joke. Man, I'm looking at the screen like preach. Cause I was on the phone with him. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that he getting up there and he keeping it all the way phone. He ain't what them little niggas be saying. He ain't cloud chase. He ain't capping. He ain't doing none of that. Like, he ain't trying to make himself look. You know, he let his legacy speak. I like that shit. Like, let your legacy